So...
I had a... Oh, go your intros. Forgot about that.
No, it was fine. We can start with you talking if you want. That's why I gave you the go-ahead.
I forget that intros are a thing.
Yes, it's nice to say hi to the viewers.
Hi, viewers.
I love how I pressed the X button and nothing happened, and then I went to go and move, and then it happened, and I was like, whoa, shit.
It's like, oh, no, well, fuck you.
Oh, we don't have a player 2. Oh my god. It has its own background. I don't need to put the background on this.
Oh, boy.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Are you...
My life is a lie.
You said you weren't a very big Sonic fan, or person in general, but I am. Have you ever read any of the, like, series, like, the books? Like the comics, I guess?
Oh, shit, that's not what I wanted. Shit,
Pick one.
This is not what I wanted to do.
Are you, like, both?
Shit,
Tails
no.
is dead.
I apparently did 2-player. Let's reset this.
Poor Tails, we left in dust all over again. But, you know, Sonic had kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't his name Egbert or something?
No, the kid...
Alphonse?
It's stupid, because he, in the storyline, which is now no longer available, because one guy, Chris Penders, I think his name is, fucking boycotted all that stuff.
Yeah.
He actually married Sally, if you know who Sally Acorn is, the princess, and they had 2 kids, a blue hedgehog like him with blue eyes, and a regular-looking chipmunk like her with green eyes.
Huh.
And the kids' names were Sonia and Manic.
Huh.
From Sonic Underground.
Neat.
Yeah, Tails actually had a kid too. He had 2 of them. They all had kids.
The Archie comics.
Yep.
But yes, I am not a huge Sonic fan. Like, I am so little of a Sonic fan that I chose Tails only, which is like...
But Tails is adorable. Like, why wouldn't you pick Tails?
I love Tails.
Exactly.
Like, my dad owned this game when I was a kid. And I've played before on this channel games that my dad had as a kid, including Golden Axe, which was an awesome game that I used to play with him all the time.
Yeah.
This was another one that... I didn't really... Oh, I want to do the bonus level. Let's do the bonus level. I'm not going to get all the KS Emeralds. I'm not that good.
Oh, shit, this is like... Oh, Tails, you look so derpy.
Yes. But, oh my god, this controller is so weird. I almost want to use the stick.
At least he's not brown anymore. Which, I meant like color brown.
Yes. But anyway, this was another one of those games that my dad owned, so it was around all the time, along with Mario 2.
Yeah.
Strangely, I was a kid who only grew up with the 2s. My family had a Sega Genesis rather than the SNES, which makes me sad considering now that I look on it and like as an adult I've played a lot of like the games that I didn't have available. I prefer a lot of the SNES titles. I found that Sega was very good at porting arcade classics like Golden Axe and such. And other than Golden Axe, those aren't really the games I like to play. I like to play like, you know, platformers. I like to play adventure games like Zelda. So, I grew up with a Sega Genesis, which I didn't get to play a lot because it was my dad's, and essentially it's led to, this is like the one game, other than Golden Axe, I still like on Sega, but I was technically a Sega kid. Everything else I like from that same time is all Super Nintendo.
See, and I actually have never actually really played this particular system at all, up until I went to a sleepover and they had it. So I've never, at all in my entire life, ever actually owned or played a lot any sort of
oh shit
old school Sonic game other than this one for like an afternoon, and then everything else I had after that was like Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, or Advanced and SP and shit. So
you were a handheld person like me.
Well, I always tell myself I'm more of a handheld than a console, but I'm more of a console than PC. That's how I grew up, personally. Like, my mom had, you know the old school Tetris?
Ah, shit! Yes.
She would play that for hours. She's the only one I've ever met that actually beat that game. And she hates video games.
Yeah. I heard someone very sexist tell me why. Why that is the case. That,
Tetris is a thing for moms?
Not a thing for moms, where it's like a thing for girls, where all girls are good at Tetris.
I suck at Tetris.
And it was actually a girlfriend I had at the time that told me this, and it was just like, we're good at Tetris because it's like putting our shoes in the closet. You just gotta know how to get all of everything in there. And I'm just like,
I find that offensive, and I am a girl.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like
what?
I find that offensive, and I'm not. Well, I'm like you know, gender fluid and all that jazz, but
Yeah,
it's not really
that
important
counts.
right now.
Either way, yeah, but I hate stereotypes like that. My sister and my mom actually used to get really mad at me for not cleaning my room ever.
Yeah.
I did in my own time.
Yeah.
I get mad at the mess, I clean it. And they were always like, oh, you're a girl, don't you want your room to be cleaned? I'm like, what does being a girl have to do with it?
Yeah, like, come on.
Like, what
I'm an artist. No artist wants their room
yeah,
clean.
like, this is my mess, I know where things are. And then my mom would do this stupid shit and she would just clean my room for me.
Yeah,
But then I can't find anything.
yeah.
I'm like, what are you, get out of my room,
I
stop.
wish my parents cleaned my room.
My mom is not controlling, but kind of controlling in her own way.
See, here's the thing though, is that I never really had a messy room in that sense. Because generally, oh fuck, I want to say there's a secret in there.
Try it and find out.
Shit. And bonus level.
I didn't know those were bonuses.
If you have 50 rings when you touch them, it's a bonus level.
Oh.
If not, it's just a checkpoint.
Wow, this one is way vibrant.
Yeah, they're all way vibrant.
The blue wasn't bad.
But yes,
You never had a messy room.
yeah, I never really had a messy room because, like, the extent of mess that I tended to make was like putting my laundry in the corner.
Yeah, I know. I had like, I have things everywhere. But that's because I can't necessarily focus on one thing for too long. I bounce around a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll do this for an hour, then I do this for an hour, then I do this for an hour. And same thing with my art. You can find sketchbooks years ago that have like half of a face or like half of a body, and I just stopped drawing it because new idea popped in my head.
Oh yeah, you were telling me how you got the name Pheonix.
Right.
It occurs
honestly,
to me I never told you how I got the name Isaac Zephyr.
You have, just never like this. And it was it was like one of the first like sessions of D&D. We were here. We mentioned it because our GM at the time was telling us about how he got his name, his pen name.
Oh fuck! Ah no!
Oh, you suck.
Hit the bomb.
How did he get his name though?
How did Isaac get his name? Well, Isaac was my handle even before like I was in the family.
What made you want that name? Like, what started that?
It's terrible. So it started out Beatamon was new. Do you remember Beatamon?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, I do.
With the
Yeah.
the shooty toys and shit. So Beatamon was new,
Wow,
and
that
I
was old.
and I really liked Chrome Zephyr
Yeah.
because you know it's edgy and shit.
Edgelord.
Yes, Edgelord, Chrome Zephyr, Beatamon. I even owned that Beatamon for a while. So anyway, so that was a thing, and then I ended up buying a bunch of extra parts, like the dragon ones and whatnot,
Yeah.
that had like the accuracy thing and the extra loader.
Yeah.
So then I realized that my Beatamon was no longer a Chrome Zephyr out of the box. It was like this blue-looking, with a big red loader on the back, and I was just like, okay, he needs a new name. He will be Ice Zephyr. And I'm
And
just like,
Isaac.
well, no, it's just Ice at
Yeah.
the time. And then I ended up starting playing Golden Sun
Yeah.
at the same time, which had the character Isaac. And I'm like, well, Zephyr's kind of like a working last name, and, you know, Ice Zephyr's kind of lame. I think my girlfriend's dad or stepdad at the time was telling me, like, you know, the Ice Zephyr was some sort of, like, sex thing. I think it was
Oh.
just weird.
Well then.
But then I also remembered that Ice Zephyr is actually a magic card.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a 1/1 flying.
Oh.
It's a blue.
Well,
And so then I realized, well, Ice Zephyr's a thing,
Yeah.
and I've been playing Golden Sun where the main character is Isaac, and I'm like, you know what? I can change Ice to an actual first name. So then
Yeah.
I changed it to Isaac, and I just kind of kept it after that.
Nice. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always just find telling the story of the Edgelord Chrome Zephyr just being like, oh god, was I really that
Like,
lame?
of all the things you could have picked, it was beat 'em on too.
Yeah. Oh, I remember back in. Did you ever have like the trade economy at recess,
Yeah.
where like certain things were worth other things?
Yeah.
I remember trading shit, all of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards from my first ever Beyblade.
Oh, I remember. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it is?
I don't know if the old one is with the Metal Fusion, which is not that bad. It is.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original on Netflix. If it was on Netflix, I don't think I'd watch it either, because it wasn't a very good show.
I rewatched it on YouTube a while ago, and I'm like, this is awful. Why did I like this?
Why did I like
This
this?
is like 90s.
It's 100% 90s.
I know, it's awful.
It's as 90s as Sonic is, let's
true.
face it.
True. They have Sonic Underground on Netflix.
Except Sonic Underground was terrible.
I know, and I rewatched it again, I'm like, this is awful too.
Yeah. I think that's kind of why I've fallen out with Sonic, was that this was the game that I played that I liked.
Yeah.
And then kind of they had all the other stuff. Like, I've seen the 3D Sonics, I've tried them out and things. They're not all bad games.
No.
Just some of them.
Like the Sonic Boom games.
Those are broken.
I know.
Oh, I didn't find any checkpoints this level? Fine.
That's a pretty short level.
It's because I didn't... I find with this game, there's a... One of the aspects of this game is that there are a lot of, like, extra paths and things that you... Hey, I gotta continue.
Woo!
There are a lot of extra paths and whatnot that you can actually take and do, but I play this game mostly out of muscle memory, so I end up taking basically the same shitty path every time, and it was just the first path I found.
I have the really bad habit, if I want to explore, like, if I'm playing a game with, like, exploration, like Diablo 3 we played, well, I played, and, you go into a lot of caves to, like, get a lot of the bosses and fight a lot of the monsters and stuff. And my habit is I'm very good at finding the proper way out on the first try.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna go down the left route. Oh, left route is how you get out. Okay, well, I don't want that, so I have to go backtrack and then go back to the freaking left route.
Dang it. Ugh. Sorry, it's gonna be hard with this controller.
It's perfectly fine.
Alright.
You know, there's a lot of people who still think he's a kitsune.
No, why not? Technically, part
He's not.
I know, he's just a two-tailed fox.
Yep.
With swivel butt.
He's just a genetic deformity.
Yep.
People don't know that, though.
Actually, fun fact is that like I said, I don't really like Sonic. I don't like a lot of the new games. I don't like a lot of the lore or anything like that. I like this game, and I like Tails enough that when I made Maddie, I was still thinking about him, despite the fact that...
Is that why he's the color he is, or she is?
No, that's why she has two tails. And then I ended up making it that her mother actually is a kitsune and whatnot.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, like I actually made lore to why.
You could have just made her a genetic deformity. I mean, really.
I could have.
No one really explains Tails. It just is.
Woo! One up.
I know that his alternate self, because in the comics there's a whole other like universe.
Yeah.
That they're all evil. His alternate self only has one tail.
Because, you know, there has to be an evil alternate universe.
Well, actually, it's pretty interesting because the main bad guy, Scourge, he changed his name to Scourge, or like Negasonic.
Yeah.
He was just like Sonic. Everyone looks pretty much exactly the same, except for he decided to touch the Master Chaos Emerald and it turned him green, and he inverted the colors essentially. So he's got green clothes and blue eyes instead. And yeah, everyone else looks the same though. And like Eggman's on the good side. He's a good guy. It's weird. I read a little bit of it. It's kind of weird. It's fun though, because Sonic hits on everybody when he's Scourge. Like everyone that's a girl, he just hits on all of them.
Oh fuck!
Or a corn dog.
Sorry, trying to focus on the level.
I mean, I'll talk to them. It's fine. I'll just rant on and on.
You're getting the hang of it, and that's good.
Sonic is the one of the things that my problem is that when I'm a fan of something, I'm like a fucking fan of something.
Yeah.
And I'm normally one of the only ones that are as in depth with being a fan. Like, case in point, I just recently got Skylanders for Christmas, and but even before I got the game, I was obsessed with the characters and the storylines.
I like Stealth Elf. That is the extent. I was like, yeah, Stealth Elf. It's the only Skylander I wanted. She came in the bonus pack.
Really good, as far as I can tell in the game, but in the show, the Skylanders Academy, I don't particularly like what they did with some of the characters.
Yeah.
I'm just like there's a character named Trigger Happy, and he's like a small little gremlin, and he uses giant golden guns, and he shoots the balloons at people.
I know that guy.
Yeah, and he has a very high-pitched, like, gremlin-y voice.
Yeah.
In the Academy show, they made him a hipster.
Yeah, no.
You see what I mean? Like, it's like, what? Why? It just it sucks.
Yeah. I haven't watched it. I'm normally a fan for watching cartoons, especially if there's some sort of like premise that I'm slightly interested in with them.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty funny. I laughed the fun.
Well,
I recently just watched Yokai Watch too, just so I could laugh at it, and then I ended up being like, this is kind of good. This will do.
I have been, and you will judge me for this because it is a terrible movie. Oh fuck no!
Well, now you're stuck in the purplish water?
It's Chemical Plant.
I mean, I guess.
But no, I actually watched through and still continue to occasionally watch the Turbo Fast Netflix show.
I actually, you know what? I watched it too.
Oh, no! I don't want to drown! I haven't died yet! Deathless run! Deathless run! Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I watched it. I left it on once, and I fell asleep for it, and I'm just like, alright.
It's not terrible. It's better than the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, the movie is, like, pandering to that particular audience. The cartoon goes out of its way to make, like, weird, obscure references and stuff. Like, there's an entire... Ah! Fuck no!
Death.
I hate that area. But, no, the cartoon actually has, like, a Mario Kart episode.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Mario Kart? Sweet. So, like, they make some weird references, and whenever Riffti comes home and the catches me watching, she's like, really? Again? And I'm like, shut up!
Don't judge me.
I like it. Yeah, like, I'm allowed to like shitty stuff every now and again.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just need to watch some, like, nostalgic, crappy stuff and just make sure you value the good stuff.
Like original Power Rangers.
Oh, man.
Mighty
Power Rangers
Morphin.
in general.
Whoa, fuck. I hate this boss. Alright. I hate him because I actually have to stop and think. Not like
Why,
the
what
first
did
boss.
he do?
Those little, like, blue pellets afterwards still hurt you.
Like after they shoot him out?
Yeah.
Like that?
And if he hits you the right way, you just fall and die.
Oh, that's crap.
He, in this entire game, is my least favorite boss.
The very final boss of the game that I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
is easy if you know, it's like the pattern,
Yeah.
and literally it's just like duck, jump, jump, hit
Yeah.
him, he's dead.
Yeah.
And it's actually...
The final
one of
boss
my
of this game
favorite
is the same way. If you have to really know his pattern, otherwise you'll end up just killing yourself.
You've seen the one that I played. It was on for SP. It's that one. Maybe
Sonic
it's-
Battle.
Maybe it is Sonic Advance, because you can only be 4 people.
Sonic Advance Battle would have been, I think, the one. Because I did, like, a brief research of, oh, fuck, Sonic games.
I don't know. I guess I could always look it up if I was really curious.
We could probably, oh, yes, I got him! I could probably look it up and we could play it if you wanted.
Like, on like an emulator?
We didn't say it was an emulator. I said, looking around shifty-eyed. Look how cute I am.
Like confused with Fox.
Yes. But yeah, I could look it up. If you can find the title, we can play it.
Yeah. There's also another one I'd like to play. It's are you a fan of Spyro at all?
V likes Spyro a lot.
Good.
Or Riffti. So if you're gonna
Sorry.
if you want to play a Spyro game, she'd be the one you want to. Oh, I got.
Well, I'm
stuck in
really
it.
actually me and my mate actually 100%ed all of our 3 Spyro games we have for the PlayStation.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, all of them.
When me and Riffti first moved into this place,
Yeah.
we had no internet, no anything. So we had to rely on whatever we had around for entertainment. So we ended up hooking up her original PlayStation to like our old like shitty CRT TV.
Yeah.
And we played through all 3 Spyro games. I think we got most of the way through number 3 before we got internet and we're like, fuck this. There are better things to do with our time.
Oh yeah, we made it a mission to complete them because I've never actually.
Oh shit, no! I didn't want to be underwater.
I never actually had completed them before.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing in the games I can't handle, and it'll make me angrier than anything else ever in my entire life, and that's the egg beats.
Yeah.
I can't deal with just hearing that little like laugh they make makes me like visibly angry. And
I can't get up there, can I?
probably not.
I want to try. Fucking. Fine.
There was a game I played, a Sonic game where you could bounce on the bubbles after you inhale them. They gave you like a boost upwards. I don't know what game that was either.
Could be number 3.
I don't know. But there's a game I played a long time ago. It's Ripto or the Revenge of Ripto.
Yeah.
Because it's after Ripto's Rage, and you get a magic pouch that gives you collect dust from the gems.
Yeah.
And with all the dust you collect from whatever color gem, you get to make Spyro that color.
Yeah.
And I played through the entire game as just like red Spyro.
Cool.
And you can be gold, purple, obviously, blue, green, red, any color of gem there is. And it'd be fun for me to play again. I actually not broke, but I almost broke my thumbs playing that game.
She's going for these bubbles. Oh,
Bubbles are life, man.
I'm in such a bad place because I hate getting to the underwater of that level or of this level.
I don't like underwater levels in general.
This level becomes so much harder when you get into the underwater.
Yeah.
So, like, you want to stay above water.
Oh yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I mean, that one level alone on the one game that I played with Amy, she's terrible. She just can't spin jump.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they made her not be able to, like, spin down.
Ah, shit! I fell in the water again. Oh, why do I do this to myself? You know what? This is working. No! It was working. I just ended up just bulleting past all that. Oh, thank God I'm not gonna drown today. But yeah, no, Riffti grew up with a PlayStation, whereas I grew up with, well, Sega Genesis and regular NES and, whoa, Game Boy.
I grew up with Nintendo, mainly Nintendo stuff actually. It's kind of been what's been the staple of my household, but
yeah.
I don't mind Sonic stuff or Spyro.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I said, I like Sonic 2, and I held a respect for Sonic 1 and 3. But and I've heard that the new 2D Sonic that they released recently was actually pretty good. Because they went back to the roots, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably respect. I might enjoy the game. I think this one is my favorite. I have played number 1 and 3. I can't.
3 with Knuckles?
3 is with Knuckles.
Okay.
Well, Knuckles is in 3, and they made a Sonic and Knuckles cartridge.
Yeah.
Which, this is probably a terrible idea, but there's a Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, and they top load into each other, so you can play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which allows you to actually get everything in that game. You can also play Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 and Knuckles, which just breaks the game. Because the levels aren't intended to be able to fly.
You only need one more ring.
Oh, fuck! Ah, now I need 11.
Now I need 11.
Yeah, when you get hit, you lose 10. And not enough rings. This is about where I drop off for the stages. I think the most I've gotten was 5 or 6 emeralds.
They're like really draggy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Now I have no hits for this boss.
It can't be that hard.
He's not a horribly hard boss. He's actually one of the easier ones, as long as you know what you're doing. Yeah, see?
That shouldn't have counted. That's bug. It's fucking.
Welcome to the 90s, where hitboxes were
like,
ill-defined.
Sonic Rush wasn't bad.
I was hoping to jump all the way across to the other ones,
Yeah, I
but
know.
I didn't have to climb
That's
back
not,
up again.
Man, that's not fair. That's.
Alright, now I gotta fight him the regular way. Whoa, fuck. Ah, I can't even jump for that one. Come on, shoot a higher one. Ah, and I jumped into it.
Should hire one dead.
Shoot a higher one. Oops.
Right into my face.
There was one boss in this, and I don't know if this particular version of this game will have it because it's, you know, fixed. But there was one boss in the game that Tails is too short to be hit. Ah, fuck! I keep reflexively jumping because I'm trying to get in behind it so I can get up early.
You go into the back to Hedgehog phase.
Yeah. Ah, shit! Alright. Gotta fight this the hard way. Ah, shit.
So he's too short?
Yeah, he's too short for this one boss. The shots go right over his head, so you can just stand there instead of having to duck. Got him.
You know he's 8.
Yes, I am aware that he is 8 years old.
You know how old Sonic is? Officially forever?
I don't know, 20?
Close, he's 16.
It's not close to 20.
He's 4 years off.
Fuck.
But yeah, he's 16. At least in the comics, he's 16. I don't know about in the games. I don't think they're the same canon actually.
I think this came with a manual that did say he was 16. So.
Well, I know that in the comics, something happens in space, and he ends up being stuck at 16 forever. So he won't ever age past that.
He also ends up being Santa in the cartoon. Like, just permanently, he's Santa.
What? But like, I wonder. Because Amy Rose is a very popular character.
Yeah.
And if you read the comics, you'd actually know that she's actually only 10. Because, like, mentally she's 10.
Yeah.
And physically she was 10 up until... I hate these levels. up until she used the Chaos Emeralds to artificially age her body to be 16, to be part of the Freedom Fighters. So I was thinking about that one day, and I thought, at what point is that a problem to draw, you know, art of her if she's 10 technically?
You know what? I'm just gonna stay out of this. I'm gonna stay out of this because there are too many people I could piss off with that.
It's something to think about. I mean, I don't care if
Yeah.
people draw what they're gonna draw. It's just not many people who read the comics know that. They
Oh, come on!
Hedgehog.
Come on! Aw.
They know by what they see, right? And if they only ever see her in like the shows and stuff, she's
Yeah.
like you never know her. She's compared to Sonic all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That becomes a very gray area when someone
Yeah.
is physically one age and mentally another.
Well, that's what I asked that once, and no one really. They're like, I don't know. Same thing with one time I asked, what's the difference between, like, at what stage does the egg laying situation become too close to another age? No idea. But
I don't know what you mean.
I don't want to say it because no, I'm not gonna bring it up. New topic.
What is it about egg laying?
It's well, eggs are babies.
Yes.
So at what point does it become just eggs to babies? Like, at what point? Where's the line there?
Okay, see that was I thought this was a lot worse, like the way you were going on. I'm like, whoa, what is this she's going on about?
I asked that once actually, like in a journal.
Yeah.
And they were like, the eggs aren't babies until it's fertilized. I'm like, yeah, but like, how do you know?
Well,
You don't, right? Like,
lack of alleles.
I mean, like for pictures, you never know. Just something to think about. I think about weird stuff all the time like that.
Well, strangely enough, because I told you that me and Riffti roleplay every now and again. Just
Yeah,
you know,
well, I mean,
fun.
you're a couple.
We are a couple. We are allowed to do what we want.
Really?
But
And
no,
adults.
like our roleplay is like there's some sexual connotation to it. Some.
I would
but,
like to assume so.
but a lot of it is like weird character development for no reason.
Well,
like
that's fine.
we like to develop characters as much as we enjoy like the smut. So that's actually strangely enough one of the things that came up because she started running an amphibian character for one of the many characters to run, and we ended up kind of like discussing like childhood and like what happens when you anthropomorphize something that's not mammal and that wouldn't have children normally. Like, how far does anthropomorphism go when it comes to like how their children go? And we got into this like huge thing. And essentially how we put it in our canonical world is that essentially the way that a mammal would have a period, an amphibian creates a clutch of eggs.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
And has like basically, whether fertilized or not, a pregnancy.
Yeah.
Or the equivalent of one, because they are anthropomorphized to that effect, where that would be what is normal, essentially.
Yeah.
But when they birth them, they have to birth these eggs, like they birth eggs, and whether they're fertilized in or out is their choice. But when they're birthed, then they like they have to live in a pool, so they still are birthing like I think we put this like upwards of 70 children that are fertilized, and then just some of them just don't survive.
Oh, that's sad.
But if you think about it, that's realistically how it or a way that it could potentially work.
I guess it also depends on who the partner of the amphibious thing is.
Yeah. With ours, for the most part, we've labeled half-breeds as a rarity, and when they do come, they're sterile because they don't have.
That makes sense.
It's same as a mule.
Yeah. Personally, I'd probably make it that the same way that like certain like mammals go into estrus or heat. It would be the same. It's technically the same thing for a female period in humans because we're still animals. And I would just equate like a monthly egg laying thing, like how chickens do. They just lay eggs all the time. That's what I would do for like a dragon or something. Like if they don't have a male to do anything with, then they just have eggs and they're just eggs. But that's just because it's probably easiest to explain.
Yeah.
Someone got mad at me though when I asked that on in my journal. They were like, "Yeah." I was like, I'm just curious.
The secrets of mine and Riffti's smut. There's intense discussion on biology and anthropomorphism.
The best kind of smut.
Science smut. Anyway, though, it is about episode time. I know, it goes by so quickly, doesn't it?
I know, I'm sad.
So that is all that we will have this time. I am going to still be in Casino next time, and we will see you next week. So till then, this will be Isaac Zephyr signing out.
And this is Pheonix.
And this is Pheonix. All right.